Good afternoon, it's James Weatherman, back here with another video. We are talking about Tropical Storm Elsa. Yes, they named Elsa. Um, it's crazy because Texas had a storm during the winter that was like an Arctic freeze, like what Elsa would do in a movie. Now we're talking about Tropical Storm Elsa. Tropical Storm Elsa is currently to the west or to the far east, as you can see, as 11 a.m. Thursday Atlantic Standard Time. Um, this is an advisory. Currently, it is maximum sustained wind at 45 miles per hour. It's moving west at 28 miles per hour. Tropical storm conditions are expected to begin early Friday in portions of Windward and southern Leeward Islands. Heavy rainfall from Elsa will move quickly across the Windward and southern Leeward Islands, including Barbudas, on Friday, with outer rain bands impacting Puerto Rico Friday into Saturday. Isolated flash flooding and mudslides are possible. There is a risk of wind and rainfall impacts in portions of Hispaniola, Cuba, the Turks, and Caicos in the Bahamas through early next week. Interest in these areas should monitor Elsa's progress and updates to the forecast. There's risk of storm surge, wind, and rainfall impacts to the Florida Keys and portions of southern Florida Peninsula early next week. However, the forecast is uncertain, remains larger than usual due to Elsa's potential interaction with the Greater Antilles this weekend. Interest in Florida should monitor Elsa's progress and updates to the forecast. As you can see, the cone of uncertainty is kind of on track with some of the models, but after you get it, after about 8 a.m. Sunday, it's kind of that's the cone of uncertainty. Let's look at the satellite imagery of currently Tropical Storm Elsa. You can kind of see there's convection up here, and it is very favorable for it possibly strengthening. So currently the low is down here. You can see that about 50 miles per hour on the northwest side. As we're looking, this is the tropical storm or for Elsa model guidance. You can see it's kind of the solid black line is kind of what we're looking at for the official track, but you see there's lines that are to the west and to the farther east that's supposedly saying it's going to hit the Bahamas and it's going to go back out into the Atlantic. The likelihood of that is very slim. We can look at the general one, and it kind of shows that possibly it's going to hit the west or the east coast of Florida. But you got all these ones that are still showing that it's just going to pull into the Gulf. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8 models showing it's going to pull into the Gulf. We will look at the models in a moment. Intensity forecast as a 12Z, July 1st. We see a couple models showing that it's going to hit Cat 2. A good chunk of models is showing Cat 1, and then there's very many models showing it's going to stay tropical storm. At landfall, we will discussion at landfall. This forecast discussion showing about 60, and then I'm assuming it's gonna go over some terrain in this area in 72 hours because it lowers to 50 miles per hour Then it's back in 100 or 96 hours, back to 60 miles per hour. So I think we're looking at possibly, I think, a Category 1 storm for sure. Let's go to forecast models. I've been keeping up with all this throughout, but let's look at this. You see the high pressure. This is kind of steering it to keep it going to the west and not pulling out. But let's do the Canadian model first. It's not yet available. So let's do that one. Let's go here. It's kind of here we see Tropical Storm Elsa, as it moves. This is the Canadian model. It looks like it's going to stay south. According to this model, it's going to stay south of Puerto Rico, maybe, and then go over it. And this one looks like it's going to hit the southern part of Florida, and then it's going to kind of ride the coast. That is what the Canadian model is looking like. Let's look at the global forecast. This one's showing. Let's see if this is the latest run. This one's showing. Let's say south, and it's gonna kind of push its way to the Gulf of Mexico. But we do have another possible storm that's going to be behind. This is I wouldn't say this is the fifth storm of the hurricane season. There's a couple storms that they shouldn't have named, and but that's the National Hurricane Center. They did this last year as well. So, and I don't, James the Weatherman, I do not want any fear to go on right now, as this is still quite a ways out, and but always be hurricane prepared, and have your hurricane safe kit out when and if this affects your area. So I decided to pull up Windy. We're gonna look at the global forecast for this, and we're just gonna kind of watch it as it kind of moves to the west. As you can see, it's to the west. This is about Thursday, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. We can kind of push it a couple. This is Saturday. And as you see, it looks like it's going to stay south. According to GFS, it's going to stay south of Dominican Republic, south of Puerto Rico. This is just a model. We can stop right here. We can look at the winds, 49 miles, 51 miles out of the east. This is surface base. So let's go up. We're up about 330 feet. It's about 63 miles per hour. Looking at the center of the eye, it's pretty calm, like normal. But I think if say hypothetically the GFS model is what happens, it's gonna say south of Dominican Republic, south of Puerto Rico, but it will hit, as we all know, probably Kingston, up to St. John, these little islands over here, and Jamaica's at a big threat. This possibly could make a direct landfall in Jamaica. according to the GFS. It's going to be slow moving, so as you can see, slow moving means a lot of rain. As we look at it, direct landfall over Kingston, Jamaica. So a lot of rainfall. But I think safe to say, last week, as I was looking at it, well, it was like, yeah, Saturday, I was looking at it and it was going to go further west into Central America and then go up into Texas. But it's looking like it's going to take the northeastward turn. So according to the GFS, this is about Monday at noon. Looking like it's going to be going over Havana, Cuba, possibly making a direct landfall in Havana, Cuba. And then you're going to already be feeling tropical force winds in the Keys of Florida, United States. How strong are they going to be? They could be up to 60 miles per hour. So if it goes over warmer waters and it picks up speed, I think I think when it goes over Cuba, it's gonna lose strength a little bit. But it really depends on how well formed it is when it goes over Cuba. So just stay tuned. I will likely be doing a live stream for this storm. As we look, this is about next Wednesday. As we look, it's looking like if we go off of GFS model, it's looking like Jenna, Florida, possibly could be having a direct landfall. So this would be east of Panama City, southeast of Tallahassee. Then it looks like it's just going to kind of go up into Georgia and possibly South Carolina. And then possibly move back out. Stay on the coast, maybe. But by this time, I think it will be. If it was a hurricane at one point, I don't think it's going to be a hurricane at this point. But it's so far advanced. This is a week from today. This is going to change 100%. This will change. It could go farther west. It could go farther east. We entirely can't tell you because it's so far ahead. But like I said, don't fear. Just make sure you're prepared, and there will likely be a live stream at this for Tropical Storm Elsa as it gets closer. I don't know if I have any viewers that are from Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, or Cuba. If I do, please leave a comment, and if you would like me to stream, I will do so. But yeah, just stay tuned. Hopefully, this stays as a tropical storm. We've had quite a few tropical storms this year. I think all 5 of them, all 5 named storms were tropical storms. So in this one, it may become a hurricane, it may not, but just keep an eye. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Thursday. And make sure you stay weather aware.